The country is struggling this morning to make sense of another mass shooting targeting police. 3 Baton Rouge area law enforcement officers were killed Sunday morning. They were responding to the call of a man with a rifle.
CBS News identified the gunman as former Marine Gavin Eugene Long from Kansas City, Missouri. He was killed in a gunfight with police.
This ambush unfolded nearly 2 weeks after police shot and killed a black man in Baton Rouge. David Begnaud is at the scene of yesterday's deadly shooting. David, good morning.
Gail, good morning. Almost everything from the killing of those officers to the takedown of the gunman was caught on surveillance video. Cameras are all over the place. One on the convenience store building. There's another one on the overhang as people were filling up their cars. And in the distance, there's the car wash area where one of the cameras captured one of the officers actually vacuuming his patrol car prior to being shot. A law enforcement source describes the gunman as moving with such precision, sneaking around corners of a building, pausing, and then waiting to open fire on the officers. That source describes the gunman's movements as tactical and gifted. And the source says it was clear this guy knew exactly what he was doing. Rapid gunfire is heard on cell phone video taking place during the deadly assault.
Shot fire, officer down! Shot fire, officer down!
The shooting began Sunday morning when Baton Rouge police responded to a 911 call about an armed man.
He was wearing all black, standing behind a beauty supply store, holding a rifle.
The suspect, 29-year-old Gavin Long, opened fire on the officers minutes after they arrived on scene. Long was killed in a shootout, which lasted roughly 8 minutes.
Hero is not even a word for those police officers out there, those sheriff's deputies and those city officers. I mean, just incredible human beings.
3 officers from 2 different departments were killed in the standoff. 45-year-old father of 4, Brad Garofalo, 41-year-old former Marine, Matthew Gerald, and 32-year-old Montrell Jackson, who had just become a father. 3 other officers were taken to the hospital, 1 in critical condition. Charles Cavalier is Officer Jackson's uncle.
He knew the dangers of the job also, but he loved it. So, you know, if you die doing something you love, I guess that's the way it is.
Sunday's shooting is a blow to the community, still reeling from the death of Alton Sterling. Baton Rouge police fatally shot Sterling earlier this month, sparking nationwide protests. On July 8th, Officer Jackson reportedly posted his thoughts on what happened to Facebook. Quote, "I'm working in these streets, so any protesters, officers, friends, family, or whoever, if you see me and need a hug or want to say a prayer, I got you." This latest tragedy is another devastating loss for police departments across the country. Just over a week ago, Dallas lost 5 of its own officers, targeted by a gunman.
I said that killer would not be the last person who tries to make us turn on each other, nor will today's killer. It remains up to us to make sure that they fail.
Shortly after the killings yesterday, an emotional East Baton Rouge Parish sheriff looked in one of the cameras at the news conference and said, "This is not about gun control." And then he pointed to his heart and he said, "It's about what's in men's hearts." Nora?
All right, David, thank you so much.